So we have a list of 9 notoriously famous animated series shows, but only 3 can be added to your list of favorites from these 9. Ladies and gentlemen, Twitter is often trending with some of the craziest topics and discussions. So I often bring them to the channel so I can hear from you guys and better connect with all of you. Now, all 9 shows I grew up watching, and it has shaped my childhood, and it has embraced the inner child in me throughout my adult years as well, because I can still sit here today, as in the making of this video right now, I can still sit here and I can say that I can honestly go in the next room and watch all 9 of these shows. But if I had to choose only 3 to watch, it's kind of tough to do that. Now, Jimmy Neutron, it was a great, decent show. It was a take on, what a genius boy's life would be like, um, growing up and staying behind instead of excelling ahead because of his, genius. So he stays, attends a regular school, lives his childhood dreams and everything like that, creates some amazing inventions, and then you have his friends who Sheen was just like the funniest character because he was so damn retarded. You had Carl, who was just annoying with his voice. You had Libby, who was, pretty funny herself. And you had Goddard, who was the underrated character on the show. Ed, Ed, and Eddie, just classical comedy. You could sit there and watch this show for hours and hours and not understand a single word, but it was very funny. And all you knew about this show was that, they pretty much sold the idea of eating jawbreakers. And I used to love eating jawbreakers and breaking them against the wall and everything like that. Growing up, going to the corner store by the school and buying these for $1, and once you lick them they change different colors and then they dry up over time and you can see the color patterns. It was pretty amazing. Now there is construction going on outside of my window. My window is closed, but I can still hear the noise. Phineas and Ferb was also an amazing, decent show. These 2 kids, they were geniuses of their own time. They invented things. They had an older sister that, pretty much spent her entire teenage life trying to get the ultimate bus by telling their parents on them. So that was an amazing show. And then just seeing Perry the platypus was, the funniest thing ever. You got an animal, aka your pet, running around being a secret agent. So that was, an enjoyable show to watch. Ferb was a man of not many words, but when he spoke, it was just like epic. Kim Possible, how could you not grow up loving this show? It was amazing. You have a teenage girl who is a spy, and then she was incredibly hot. Now, this is me as a child, watching this show, and I'm just like, all right, this is amazing. You got a girl in a skirt, she's a cheerleader, and then at night she's a spy, and that hair was just awesome. Her and her mother had great hair. Um, Avatar: The Last Airbender, amazing show. It taught me about these elements and everything like that. But just seeing the effects that it had, it was, kind of close to home when it comes down to it. The overall liking of the show. I grew up as a fan of anime and everything like that, so you can imagine. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and all of that other sort of anime stuff. So just seeing the Avatar on Nickelodeon was pretty amazing. Ben 10 was great. I always wanted a Ben 10 watch growing up, and I love seeing the fight scenes and him shape shifting into different aliens and everything like that. And his grandfather and sister, they were secretly OP as fuck in the show. Kids Next Door, pretty funny show. It was great seeing these kids band together and take on the adults that lived in their world. Um, You have Jake Long, the American Dragon, which was a decent show. Not much I can say about that. And Danny Phantom, I enjoyed, and I also enjoyed Timmy Turner, Timmy Turner.